Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Stephen Dagliac.
And...
The Master General, right here.
Oh.
I'm the Birdman. The Birdman Alcatraz.
It was your pick.
Yes.
Aunt G.
Yes.
How many big years have you done?
It's fucking birding time. It's time to bird as a verb.
Have you ever tried
You got to use bird as a verb.
They do that.
They do. Yes, they do. That's what it's called.
I want to preface this. When I was watching this movie, I opened up a bottle of wine called Decoy, specifically because it has a duck on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had it in my house, and I'm like, now's the time.
It's decoy
It's
time.
decoy
It's time
time.
to enjoy
So
some
I might
decoy.
have enjoyed this too much reviewing it.
Okay. Steve got drunk.
Yeah.
So we got to explain, I think, our personal history with the big year first.
Okay.
We got personal history.
This
with
is
the
my
big
fault,
year?
right?
This is 100% your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw this movie when it came out.
You did?
Yeah.
You went. You saw us in theaters.
Dude, it's Jack Black, Steve Martin,
I'm
Owen
pretty
Wilson. It's
sure I
star-studded.
saw it in theaters. And I was like,
no
this-
way.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
It's a star-studded
Because
comedy.
it's 2011. That's when I would see every movie in theaters. So I'm pretty sure I did.
And just forgot it ever
No,
existed.
no. I thought it was terrible. And I
Yeah.
think I told you about it.
No. There's no
You
way.
came to me
I remember it vividly.
because I had seen it.
I was flipping through the channels, and this is a lost art. You know, like I
Flipping
used,
through the channels?
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
flip because I haven't had cable
you
in
flipped through
almost a
Netflix.
decade, and you know, I used to flip through the channels, and I would stop on things and watch them for about 2 minutes and then change it. And I came across Big Year, The Big Year, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it sucked me in. It appealed, I think, to some of my more hipster sensibilities that I secretly have.
Yeah,
Like
like
I
keep
love
buried.
this
Right.
very similar story, Darjeeling Limited. Like I had never seen a Wes Anderson movie.
Okay.
And I came across Darjeeling Limited, and I just stopped on it and thought it was one of the greatest movies I'd ever seen. Right?
Darjeeling Limited, I hated and came around to it, and I realized it's great.
It's incredible. Nobody likes that movie. It's like
Really?
it's like one of his least popular ones. Everybody likes the Tannenbaums,
I've
and
never seen it.
I mean, I like most of his movies, so.
but that's my favorite one.
I gotta say, this isn't my first experience with Big Year either.
But I stopped on Big Year.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a movie about people competing bird watching. This is the dumbest concept ever. I'm so into this. I loved it. And I called up Brian to tell him it was amazing. And he needed to see Big Year.
I think I scoffed.
And
in
yeah,
your
you
face.
laughed at me. You were like, what are you, a fucking asshole? Yeah. And then you went and watched it.
I think I rewatched it, if I recall. and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
It's Big Year, man. I don't know. There's something about Owen Wilson in like a hipstery setting that I like.
Wow.
Yeah, I like Owen Wilson. He's good.
I gotta say, I was in Boston at one point, and I'm in my friend's house because we were staying there, my now wife and I, and flipping through the channel like you were, and I see the Big Year, and I see the cast. I'm like, what is this? And we put it on for like briefly, and we're like about to go to bed. It's like it's late, and I'm like, can we stay up and watch this? Like I got drawn in, and my wife was like, my wife was like, we're not staying up to watch this. We got an early date tomorrow. Let's go to bed. And I never got to watch it again. So I've been waiting for my moment to watch it, and I got to say, it did not disappoint.
So it's like it's the softest movie I've
It's
ever seen.
the wafer cookie of movies.
it's
Yes.
It's
also
so
deep.
bland and plain.
It's so deep.
There's like, so if you watch the trailer, right? I went and found the trailer
Okay.
on YouTube. It's the worst marketed movie I've ever seen.
What is
Does
the
not
trailer?
represent what it is at all. If you watch a trailer, it's like a madcap comedy with like the type of shit like where the music's playing, like da-na-na-na, and then record scratch. Yeah, and like birds.
Was it marketed?
It's marketed
like
as
Rat Race.
It's marketed as like a
marketed-
crazy, out of control comedy, and it's
It is
not,
definitely not
It
that.
is not
It's
that at
not.
all.
It's like heartfelt.
Yes, it's complete. It's a drama.
It's just
It's just not amusing.
There's
at all.
almost no comedy.
There's almost no comedy.
It's just
literally,
feel-good comedy.
The comedy is fucking Steve Martin says to Jack Black, you know, there's a pink-footed goose over there. My friend told me about it, and Jack Black literally goes, "I want some of what he's smoking." It's a real line from the movie.
I like the Hitchcockian joke. That's a good one.
Yeah, there is a scene where a lady gets attacked by birds.
Yeah,
That is the only attempt at a joke in the movie. Yes.
Yeah.
This is not a comedy. I don't know why people think it is.
Well, they put
It's
three.
because they put Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, Jack Black, and Owen Wilson, 3 guys known for comedy.
And like all of whom have been in the spotlight at this point and don't have to do this.
Steve Martin's one of the most legendary comedians.
Like Owen Wilson was at the
By
top
the way,
of his game.
Steve
at this
Martin
point.
has looked 70 years old since
1978.
Yeah.
And at this time, if I'm remembering correctly, you might refresh my memory, he was doing some of the worst movies anyone's ever made. Like Pink Panther,
That had come out 1 and 2, I believe.
Cheaper by the Dozen.
Cheaper by the Dozen, I'll give a pass to because that's like a kid's family movie. You know, you can't.
The Jerk is way in the rearview mirror at this point, right?
I mean, The Jerk is an utter masterpiece that, like, you're lucky if you do that once. You know,
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, it's
King Tut.
King Tut.
I hate King Tut. Hate it. Now, King Tut may actually have some comedic merit to it because it's not a bad joke. If you know what the joke is that the museum thing that's was going on at the time was like over commercialized, and he was making fun of that.
Okay.
But the song itself is so infuriatingly terrible. I cannot watch it.
But
got
you
played
like
out.
bad things.
Well, I get a kick out of it.
You know?
Yeah, I like the cringe element of it.
Yeah.
Like, I will put on King Tut just to make myself mad. Yeah, I've watched it 100 times. And King Trump, which is the boomer meme version of King Tut.
Yes.
I don't know why that exists.
I forgot that existed.
It's
Thank you for
very
reminding
funny.
me of that painful thing.
King Trump.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Why is he born in Arizona? King Trump. Yeah, King Tut. You know that's a line from the song.
Yeah.
Born in Arizona, moved to Babylonia.
Because it rhymes.
It makes no
sense.
fucking
Yeah.
sense.
It's a
Not supposed
nonsense
to. Yeah, it's
comedy
not
song.
supposed to.
Where are you at with Three Amigos?
Hate it.
Watched it for the first time last year after we did
After we made fun of it.
After we made fun of it, I was like, let me watch it. I actually really liked it.
You liked it?
It's fun.
Starting to
If you
realize
give it a
that,
watch, I think you would like it.
I don't like a lot of Steve Martin films. I'm starting to realize this now.
He's not great.
As we're going through
He's
all these,
not
I don't like. This might be my favorite one.
Have you seen The Jerk?
No.
The Jerk is a masterpiece.
Okay, so
If you're gonna watch one, watch The Jerk.
okay, I trust
Watch Big
your
Ear.
opinion on that, but Big Ear's probably better.
What about Jack Black?
Have you seen both?
I love
things?
Jack Black.
You do?
Everything he's done, I love.
I don't know everything he's done, Ella, but I do like a good majority of it.
I don't know what has he done that like really isn't good.
Probably things I haven't really seen. That I looked at the
Sure.
trailer and was like, I'm not watching this. Because there's definitely a lot of those.
I like Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal. Oh
I like
my
that.
God.
School
I
of
like-
Rock.
I like School of Rock.
School Rock is his movie.
School of Rock is good.
His thing.
He was
I
good
love
as Bowser.
Bowser. I love
Tropic
Tenacious
Thunder.
D. Tropic Thunder. He was good.
He's in The Cable Guy.
and he's the weakest one
Yeah.
in Tropic Thunder, and I still like him in it.
Yeah, he is the weakest part of the Tropic Thunder. Yeah, he's cool.
He
Jack Black's
doesn't
all right.
he doesn't really do bad things.
Did you ever see that Pitfall commercial when he was a little kid?
Yes, I remember that. I've seen that.
I didn't see it.
It's like a commercial from the 80s. He's like 8 years old in it for the game Pitfall.
His mother's a genius.
His mother is like a NASA scientist,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, she's a genius. Wasn't he in Jumanji?
Yeah, he's in the new
Yeah.
Jumanji.
Yeah, that's
movies.
one of those ones I'd never bought.
Dude,
I didn't
those
see it,
are
but
great.
apparently it's amazing.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you will like them.
Really?
I promise you will like them. They're funny movies.
And Owen Wilson, same thing. I
love Owen
I like
Wilson.
everything he's in. So this was like the
Well, he's-
weakest link is Steve Martin.
He's
for me.
the Wes Anderson darling. Also in The Cable Guy, Owen Wilson.
Yes, he gets beat
Salt
up in the
peanuts,
bathroom.
salt peanuts.
Yeah. So peanut.
Well, this is a Ben Stiller production.
It is.
It is?
His
That
production.
makes so much sense.
It does.
His production
it does, 'cause
company
it's
made it.
amazing.
Red Hour.
That's why I
Films.
love it.
Yeah.
Because I
Red Hour-
like all his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Hour Films is his production company. I don't think he had a hand in this at all,
Mm-hmm.
but it is his company that produced it.
It makes
When
so
I was
much
watching,
sense.
I saw that logo come up first. I was like, that makes sense. That's why it's his boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's funny.
Fucking
So,
big year. What is a big year?
Yeah,
All right,
we should probably preface it,
Let's
right?
dive in.
Yeah.
So the movie is based on a book.
Yes.
And the book is called The Big Year, A Tale of Man, Nature, and Foul Obsession by Mark Obamasic.
And foul meaning F-O.
W.
W. Yeah.
Yes.
Foul Obsession.
Mark Obamask, who was like a journalist,
Yup.
and I guess he was there on the scene.
Oh, I
in
know.
19
I have a little more backstory.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh,
So
let's go for
he
it.
was writing in L.A. and this is in like the early '90s, and he got sick of writing about all this crime and all this horrible shit and
Right.
bad things constantly, and he ended up by perchance
Teaming up with rich
Fine.
nerds.
finding out about birding, and he was
Yeah.
like, okay. And he started going to these birding things and talking to people, and he's like, who's the best guy? And everyone was saying
Sandy.
this guy, Sandy Comito?
Is Sandy? Yeah, Sandy Comito.
Sandy Comito.
So he set the record in 1987
Yep.
of seeing the most birds in a big year. We need to say what a big year is.
A big year is
Exactly what you just said. Seeing the
Seeing
most birds. That
Seeing
you
the most birds
possibly
in a
can
year in a given space.
in a location,
So
in a
like
country.
you can do a statewide big year. Like I'm doing an Arizona big year and then move to Babylonia.
One of our listeners messaged me and told me he did a Florida big year.
See, that's great. I wish we had this guy to talk to right now.
Yeah.
Do we have his number? Did he give us his number?
I can't call him, but I will pull up
I
the
bet you
message.
Florida has a lot of birds.
Oh yeah,
It's got Everglades.
it's tropical.
It's tropical. You probably get some birds from out of the country.
But you're gonna get rare stuff here too.
He
so-
didn't give me a number, but he said he did a Florida big year.
That's cool.
So yeah, you get in a given space. Now this particular big year that we're
is
talking about
countrywide.
is continent wide actually.
Not the United States continent.
It's the United States. It's
Canada.
It's 49 states minus Hawaii
okay.
and Canada,
Oh,
Mexico?
not Mexico. No, it is North American. big
Mexico
year.
is North
I know. But in this context, Mexico is not in play for the big year.
They want people to make it back from the big year.
So in 1987,
yeah.
this guy Sandy Comito, he set the record with 722 birds,
Yep.
and
People were like, this is insane.
he held on to that record for a long time. And in 1998, 3 men, including himself, trying to beat his own record, went on a big year and competed to beat his record.
Just like in the movie.
And that is what the movie's about. Now the movie changes their names and puts it in 2011, I guess.
Yeah, it sets it more contemporary.
But more or less, that is what the movie is. Just on a side note, his record has been utterly smashed
Yep.
Yeah.
like 100 times.
And I
since
want to talk about why.
then. In 2023, I think the current
It
record
was
was
set,
set,
yeah.
and it's over 850 or something.
So the current record, John Weigel has the first 2 spots, 2019 and 2016. He saw 840 birds.
Yeah,
It was broken in 2023.
Was it recently?
Like last year.
Is
that-
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
What
double
is it
check
now?
it. Yeah.
Because
You
I'm
have
on the
computer.
Wikipedia page.
yeah.
It
so
was
there-
broken. I've read the same thing.
There's been like many claimants of the number one guy since like the movie. Like this has
Yeah.
all happened in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I think the movie like made birding popular.
It's possible.
I think it already was, and I think it kind of helped it.
Yeah.
But
There's no way it hurt it.
so Sandy Comito, his 98 record is number 10.
Oh, is
good.
it?
He's
I
still-
thought,
he's
I
still
thought
in
he
the
got
top 10.
smashed.
Still good.
But I mean, that's he got past a lot. John Weigel, it says on this, is 784 in 2016 is the max from the North American Rare Bird Alert.
Ichabod's cranes.
Yeah. So one thing that has helped these people break the record, which I think it's like kind of like a era adjusted almost in sports when people like have advanced the sport enough.
Sure.
And they could do stuff like they're training, like in
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah, yeah.
Like Wayne Gretzky today would be like a good player, but he wouldn't be amazing because he wasn't like
Because
training.
the
all
competition will be stiffer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking at contiguous 48 states big year ranking. Ruben Stoll and Victor Stoll are 750 over 750 each in 2022.
Oh, sorry.
United States big year is 836 by John Weigel in 2019, but I think that that was broken, and they just didn't update the page because it was like literally like a month ago.
Okay. So either way, so the internet has enabled these people to track these birds
Way more efficiently.
which has led to this boost in numbers.
That makes sense.
So I kind of feel that like a guy like Comito was like, he didn't have that technology.
No, this is all instinct. He's like the extreme from Twister. He fucking goes down on the ground, he picks up the dirt, he smells it, he knows the twister's coming from the
Yeah.
Well, there was also like periodically throughout the movie, he calls up like a hotline to see if this specific bird
That's a
was
real
seen.
hotline.
It is real.
The bird hotline. Yeah.
And I heard
That's crazy.
What would happen? It's a common horror story for like a lot of these birders trying to do big ears.
Horror story.
It is.
Oh no, I had to go see beautiful scenery and the bird wasn't there.
Well, they're paying thousands of dollars
They're
to
going out in the wilderness.
You
This
know?
isn't a nature walk.
No,
like
no,
it's
I know,
way
I know.
more extreme than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
You
week
know?
in Alaska you got to spend.
Wild.
You gotta go to Atu.
That's so scary. Alaska's scary.
Look what happened to Chris McCandless. He was in that bus, fucking eating those weird onions.
That's a movie we got to do at some point.
Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah,
Grizzly bears everywhere too.
very much along the same lines.
Very similar. Yeah.
Hits the same beats for me.
Yeah. Should we dive into the movie?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
sure.
Is there anything else we got to talk about big ears?
Not really. I mean,
I
it
think-
is
Oh,
what it
I
is.
have something to say.
Yeah.
Do you know what the big ear thing reminds me of?
What?
Donkey Kong and like
the King of Kong.
King of Kong and shit like that.
Very similar.
yeah.
Where it's like it's a
You
meaningless,
got the villain guy.
but it's like a meaningless bullshit thing.
Incredibly niche.
Niche where
Yeah.
there's like one big wig in this space.
And all of the people in that world respect and are in awe of him.
but in any other room,
Billy Mitchell.
any other world,
Yeah.
people would look at and who's look at this fucking clown.
Yes, right.
You know?
But among them, he is.
But it's
king.
such friendly competition. It's like there's no animosity in any of this at all.
I imagine the birding community is very
Tight knit together kind of thing. Yeah.
But they probably
There's competition, but like it's not like it's
they have real respect for him,
yeah.
even though he's like a bit of an asshole.
You
Well,
gotta respect
yeah.
the passion
Yes.
and the hustle.
Right.
Before diving in, there's two things that we got to cover. One is a little fact. Now, we know about the United States bird watching record. Do you know what the record is for the world bird watching record?
I looked it up. I think it's like 8,000 or something.
It's over 8,000.
Wow, you can't do that in a year, though.
I can't name 100 of a specific thing.
Right.
Imagine knowing
that's another
8,000 of
aspect of
something.
this that we haven't really talked about is this as a hobby requires a level of knowledge like
It's insane.
like that's so
So
high
specific.
level. You
Yeah.
know? You can't be an amateur and like even hope to
Yeah.
be a part of
to
this.
do a big year. I mean, like we could go bird looking and be like, oh,
Yeah,
look,
look, there's a
cardinal
fucking
roll.
bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But if there's like two feathers that are off, it's a different species
Right.
altogether, and you
And,
have to
like,
know that.
We wouldn't know.
That's
Yeah.
so
You
crazy.
know? And like imagine trudging through the woods for like 6 hours in the hopes you see a fucking
6 hours,
owl.
probably 6 days.
I just hope they gatekeep it like hardcore. I don't want like non-bird people
I
trying
don't
to
even
get into
think
bird.
like it's I don't think it's gatekeeping.
I
It's
think
just
they
the
should.
knowledge itself is not easy to
yeah, like,
obtain and memorize. It's just not the
I
easiest
don't think
thing.
I could ever do it. Because,
No.
like, the bird differences is like, you know, when they put those two pictures next to each other and it's like spot the difference?
Yeah.
That's what it is with these species
Right.
sometimes, I
Yeah.
think.
I have a bird and I didn't know it was female for years. I thought it was a male.
Right.
It's my own pet. So I'm not meant for this.
I have a question. In a big year, can you go to the zoo?
I don't see why not. You have to just see the bird. It's not cheating. Does it have to be in the wild? I don't think so.
I would think that's cheating. See, I would say that's cheating.
Why?
Yeah.
You're seeing
Yeah.
the bird in
It's got to be in the wild. It's got to be a free bird.
What
Because
if
I'm
it's-
as free as a bird now.
Well, most things in a zoo aren't of local
right.
stature,
Yeah.
right? So you're
Yeah,
looking at
like
stuff
if I'm looking
from
at a
far
parrot
away.
in fucking Wisconsin,
Yeah,
that don't count.
right.
That's fair.
But the big ear is the birds that are
Migrating.
migrating. Yeah. So, and then I think I had a second point, not just the major thing, and it escaped.
Birding.
It kind of escaped me. but
Okay, if
that's
it comes
okay. If
back.
it comes back, it comes back.
All right, so the movie opens with Jack Black narrating, and he's all fat and depressed. He is.
He is.
Does he say that? I'm fat and depressed.
Yeah. And I
More or
actually I
less.
like the opening line too, where it's like, "This is a true story. Only the facts have been changed."
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
like,
the guy
that's comical.
he's representing is a guy named Greg Miller.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Greg Miller, what really happened to him was his wife left him in
Just like this.
at the beginning of December of like whatever year, like 97, December 97. And it broke him mentally and was like,
I need to go do
I
a big
need
year.
to do a big year. And like he did a big year. There's actually a picture of him and Jack Black together on set.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he got invited.
nice.
Yeah.
Sick. Sick.
So, and he talks about the record, which Owen Wilson's character has. He has 732, and he's from Montclair, New Jersey.
Kenny Bostic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
Kenny's wife is a smoke show.
Yeah, he's got a hot
Rosemary
wife.
Pike.
Yeah.
So, I did want to ask you guys, who's your favorite ornithologist?
You know,
All
among
of
the
the
great
ones.
heads of ornithology.
You guys don't have one?
I guess I don't.
Rick Pearson.
That's not a real guy.
How do you know?
Mine is James Bond.
James Bond is an ornithologist.
James Bond wrote the book Birds of the West Indies. And when Ian Fleming was trying to come up with a name for
James
his
Bond's
character,
fake.
No, James Bond is a real guy. James Bond is an ornithologist, and he wrote tons of books on birds. When Ian Fleming was trying to name the character, he was looking for the most boring name, and he saw that and was like, yeah, that's my guy.
Rick Pearson's a political reporter.
Okay.
So
Rick Pearson.
he's probably seen some birds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who are you guys rooting for?
That was
question.
tough. That's
I
actually
was rooting
tough.
for Owen Wilson, I got to be honest.
You are an Owen
I
Wilson
like
kind of guy.
Kenny, and I'm not gonna lie. I made the reference as a joke that you like Owen Wilson in this. Kenny is the Brian of bird watching. Like he will go through very nefarious lengths to beat people. Not like violent, but like definitely bordering cheating. You know, but not really cheating.
I was rooting for Steve Martin, to be honest with you.
You're going for
Yeah?
Martin?
Yeah, because I feel like his is the most appropriate. Like he's not ruining his life to be a Birdman.
He's
ruined an entire
retired.
He's
company.
like, no, he's done. He did his bit for King and Country, and now it's like this is my time. I want to spend it birding. So I respect that. And I was rooting for him. You know, he's got a nice, like, happy, well-adjusted family. He's filthy rich, and he throws money at every problem.
Yeah.
and it gets him more birds.
If you got the money.
I was
Yeah.
going for Jack Black. I was going
Well,
for
Jack Black is
Brad.
there for the passion of the birds.
Yeah, I
right?
like Brad.
But I almost am like, dude, there's more important things at this stage in your life than birding. You probably should be doing that. That's what.
Yes.
But the birding,
But that's what gave him.
but the birding leads him to
Yeah.
that.
yeah, it does.
The birds ruined his marriage. He says it.
It did, but he found someone who appreciates what he appreciates.
Yeah.
It actually ended up
Yeah, that was
working
Hollywood
for
shit.
him.
I don't think that happened in real
I don't
life.
think it did.
I don't think it did either. I think he died alone.
All right. So, you know, we're introduced to Owen Wilson and we find out his character stats. His wife is Rosemary Pike, who's insanely hot in this.
So hot in this.
She was a Bond girl.
Was she?
She is in Die Another Day as
I guess I'll
Miranda
die another
Frost.
day.
She's like the villainous girl.
Sing the song.
I guess I'll die another day. I guess I'll die.
It's almost like she's in the room with us.
Sigmund Freud.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Steve Martin is retiring and he's getting ready to do the big year.
Stu, yeah.
And his wife supports him.
He has a great life.
He does have a great
Nothing
life.
is wrong
He's
with
got
Stu's
Kevin,
life.
Kevin Pollak follows him around like a fucking lap
And
dog.
Joel
Yeah.
McHale.
Yeah.
Yeah. just fixing all his bullshit to go
Right.
see his birds.
And he's just
He's got
like,
a lovely family, a lovely house, lovely supportive wife.
and he knows how to like
This is
run
how-
this company like
Yeah,
with
he's
his
a
eyes
genius.
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a giant
He's just killing it.
mountain like retreat in
Lodge,
Colorado. Yeah.
Killing it.
Everything works with Steve Martin.
Yeah.
So it's
He skis. He's like a
skis.
great skier.
Yeah, you know what? He should be doing the big year, but he's just gonna go.
Steve Martin is
And
the
he's
apex
still-
white man.
You're right. You're right.
CEO.
Yes, CEO skiing
is-
mountain lodge guy who in his spare time goes and looks at birds.
Stu is the quintessential white man. Yes. It's what we all strive to be.
Yeah.
So
Would you go on a big year?
I would fucking love to go on a
You
big
want to go on a
year. Are
big
you
year?
kidding me?
Let's go around the country and look for some shit.
I don't even know a fucking thing about birds,
I
but it
know
just
he
looks
does.
like a blast.
I know Brian does some big years, only his lot lizards.
yeah, I drive to truck stops and I spot the different lot listings.
Yes.
Oh, that's a syphilis-laden 300-pounder.
He's doing calls.
Yeah.
He knows how to do lot lizard
Yo,
calls.
bitch. Yo, bitch.
You gotta find
Daddy
the one
got my money.
that can pop their dentures out.
Yeah.
That's his snow owl.
Oh, that's a toothless Sammy. Usually they're not at the Loves this time of year.
Yeah, I'm calling him from random spots.
I'm at the Red Roof Inn on Route 15.
I have talked about me and my wife do play Spot the Lot Lizard when we drive to Florida, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, get him.
Oh, he's got
He
binoculars.
comes birding.
He's getting ready to go bird watching. Or are you spotting the lot
Yeah.
lizards?
So after day one of the contest, it is 30 to 29 to 1 in favor of Bostic. Jack Black couldn't leave the office, and he's only able to see like a flock of like geese or some
Yeah,
shit.
that's
a lot.
seagull or
30 in
something.
one day is a lot.
I noticed that he went to BWI Airport, so I guess he's down in like the Washington, D.C. area.
He's in like Virginia-ish, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Virginia, they say it.
And the movie was filmed in like the Yukon, all the wilderness shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean the movie looks
It's
great.
so beautiful. It made me want to go
It's
hiking
great.
so bad.
Yeah. This is a great like travel movie.
Yeah.
Like if you're the type of guy who can sit and watch a nature show and really enjoy it, you will like this movie. You know, and I'm that guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't require much thinking.
No.
It's just, this is beautiful. This is heartfelt and good. This is good.
Right.
This is good.
They have that first little like montage of all of them looking at birds and Iron and Wine is playing. This is great.
So Brian Dennehy is at dinner. He's Jack Black's father.
Not Brian Denny. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Bye.
Does that sound far?
Yes. Who the fuck are you? I'm
I'm Brian
Dennehy.
Denny.
That's the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. And Brian Denny is like an asshole to Jack Black. He's like, you're wasting your life. You're a fucking
yeah.
loser.
Kind of agree.
36-year-old divorced guy with no money who wants to
Yes.
go spend thousands of dollars to go see birds.
Mom just
Throwing money at him.
being supportive.
I'll coddle him.
Yes.
And Jack Black's job is like, we'll give you double time.
He's a nuclear scientist, by the way.
yeah.
Well, he works at the nuclear power plant. I'm not exactly sure to what capacity, but apparently he's very important because his boss, who is the
Anthony Anderson.
yes,
There's
the-
so many people.
the
He's
blackish
Pookie.
guy.
Yes.
He offers him double pay just to
Yeah.
work the weekend because he's indispensable.
It's a good deal.
yeah.
And now they mentioned that this is all on honor system.
It is.
Is the actual thing all on honor
Yes.
system? Because that's
Because-
just so
Well, hold
easy
on.
to cheat.
I actually have a quote about this. Let
Really?
me pull
You'd
it
have to
up.
be a real piece of shit to cheat on the big year.
Is that
Well,
like,
that's why I think we got to go back to what it originally was, which was my second idea from before. We never really spoke about how Big Year came to be.
Well, go ahead.
Well, it wasn't just bird watching. It was who can kill the most birds.
Well, this is way back in the day, in the
Right.
turn of the century.
They're like, maybe don't kill the birds, maybe just see them. And
Right.
everyone just agreed, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Do you ever hear of the passenger pigeon?
no, what is that?
No,
So the passenger pigeon was once the most numerous bird in North America. Flocks of like over 1 billion on the
Okay,
continent.
I've never heard of this.
It was hunted completely to extinction.
That's why you
over the
haven't heard of
first like half of the by like 1850 they were all dead.
because people do
Really?
big years.
So it was like dodoed.
It was yes, and apparently they were delicious.
Oh.
So people would hunt them and there were
Oh.
so many of them that you could just take a musket and shoot it up in the sky and you'd hit like 3 of them.
Wow.
So fucking yeah, the passenger pigeon was completely obliterated. And I imagine that was probably in the heads of people around the turn of the century who were getting the first inklings of progressivism and conservation, the Teddy Roosevelt
Yeah.
shit.
Then maybe we
That it's
shouldn't
like,
kill everything.
Maybe let's
Yeah.
not kill everything.
Especially these
all
rare
the
ones.
buffalo
Right.
and all the
Yeah,
birds. And
you find the snow owl, it takes you 6 years, you got to shoot it. Like, that's probably not the best thing.
Yeah. But the passenger pigeon was like a big pigeon, and it was like a staple of the American colonial diet way back in the day. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
So this is a quote from Al Levitin, who is the real life Steve Martin character.
Yes.
So the author of the book asked him about cheating, right? And he was like, so why would you fly all the way from New Jersey to Alaska
Right.
to like lie about shit and stand in the wilderness for hours and do all this? And then this is what Al Levitin said. Why do you do a big year? There's no cash prize. There's no trophy. No trip to Disneyland for the winner. If you cheat in a big year, who are you cheating?
Exactly.
So it's like, there's nothing to gain.
Right.
It's a world record, though.
But nobody.
Yeah, but you
gives
gain. It's literally to get the respect of people, of people that are into it. And if they suspect you of cheating, then what have you gained? You're just a piece of shit. You know, you'd be more infamous. Than
They'll
famous.
know.
Yeah.
I get it, but this man would grab people's balls to win a wrestling match.
Would you lie at the big year, Brian?
Would you lie at the big year? I think you would. I think there's a part of you.
If you say yes, you're not worthy of the big year. You haven't earned that.
You don't deserve your title, Brian. Give it up.
I honestly don't know if
they kind of like think about Owen Wilson as a cheater, and then he proves it to be
they're not,
the most honorable of them all.
Yeah. I would probably be more like Owen Wilson. Like, I would be doing it.
Right.
Like, if I'm that committed to doing the fucking big year, I'm going to put every ounce of myself into it.
But you're not going to be like, if you know Ants at 7:39 and you're at 7:38, you wouldn't be like, I got 7:40. Fuck this guy.
I would just end up doing insane shit to beat Ant.
Well, he would deserve it, but like you wouldn't fudge the numbers.
I wouldn't fudge the numbers, but like I would just be so psychotic to beat him. Like it would be my all-consuming purpose in life to beat him.
But that's in the hands of the birds. You know, like if they're going to show themselves.
But I would like stop sleeping and like just like I would start
Put the work in.
Yeah, I would start doing like insane shit. Like I'd be climbing trees, like shaking them.
Yeah.
Keeping him up at night, like putting a light outside his window.
Yeah, I would do shit like that. Like I'd be like Owen Wilson, like throwing people off
Make
where
him
I'm
get
going.
sick, yeah.
Walking in front of Girl Scouts.
Right. Yeah, pushing him out of the way. Okay. Well, that's the one thing I really liked about this movie is like the messaging of what it takes to be the best and like the self-sacrifice.
Well, that's why
He ruined his life to
be the best.
secure his victory.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe sad.
It is sad.
It's the cost to be the best.
Right.
You know, it's like if you want to be the best at something, that's what you got to do. Whether you're Kobe, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady,
Kenny Bostic.
Right. That's why we're all getting divorced, because we are going to be the best history podcast. And what's the cost going to be? It's going to be a lot.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, we were number 14 on some bullshit list. So
Yeah, how did that lose? How was that even formulated?
I have no clue. I think it's like
probably
like a
likes or
fake
something.
thing where they put you on there and they're like, look, you're 14. If you give us money, we'll bump you
I'll
up.
bump you up to 12.
It's like,
What a pile of malarkey.
yeah, it's like, look, it's bullshit, but I'll take anything that wants to say we're better than fucking Dan Carlin. I hate his fucking guts.
He's great. He's so good.
I know absolutely
He's
nothing about
fraternizing
him.
with the enemy.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking.
His show is spectacular.
He's a big history lover.
I like.
Has he talked about Big Year?
No, he has not. I don't think anyone's talked about Big Year, including like Jack Black.
What's really funny about this is all the birds are pretty much CGI.
Yes, we got CGI
Yes.
birds coming out the waz.
Because everyone knows birds aren't real. You know, it's the government drone. They're watching you all, listening all the time. But
Right.
Oh, do you think if you said that conspiracy to one of these guys,
they punch
they
you.
lose their
Right?
shit.
It'd be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
telling Buzz Aldrin that he didn't go to the moon.
Right. Well, he
you'd
didn't.
be nursing a fat lip real
He
fast.
didn't-
as you wear a NASA hat?
He didn't go to the moon. Listen,
By the way,
I could support space.
What's up with you
space-
just like, when did you decide?
Yeah, when did
like,
you become hat guy?
Yeah, you're just like, I'm Tim Pool now. I
Yeah,
just
I
wear
want to be.
beanies.
I'm gonna wear beanies. No, I need a haircut. And I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
Oh, so you're covering
Just
it
covering
up?
my crazy hair. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
That's all. This motherfucker. When did you become hat guy? You wear a hat every day.
But
Yeah, but
that's
he
my
always wore
thing.
a hat. You didn't. And
I'm
then
not allowed to just
suddenly,
wear a
like
hat?
the last 3 episodes, you've been wearing hats.
Yeah.
Two. Oh well, 2 sessions of recording, 3 episodes. You're
But
right.
like, if Ant showed up in a sombrero, we wouldn't have just like, oh,
I want to be
it's just
Steve
usual.
Pool. Call me Steve Pool from now on. You know what? Now I'm just gonna wear it all the time. In the summer,
have a
every
problem if
that's,
you
it's
do.
Your
That's
head.
it. That's it. I'm doing that.
It's not like we have like wardrobe meetings
Yeah.
before.
We should.
should.
We look like horrible.
Haven't shaved in over a week.
I haven't shaved.
You
in like
might
3
think
months.
he's hairy here, but he's not. It's just here.
Yeah, he's
It's
like
actually
10
true. I mean, I've been through an ordeal.
That could go so many ways. We're not going to touch upon it. Let's keep going.
Yeah. All right. So
Stu gets his hummingbird, 158, in this like woman's backyard who expects the birders.
Yes.
now, have you seen this invention from Shark Tank? It's like a helmet you put over your head, and it has like perches on it, so hummingbirds can land on your thing and like eat from your
face?
helmet, and they're like basically on your face. It's
Why
like a
would you
face
want
shield.
this?
This was invented by cats for cats.
Have you ever seen this?
No, why?
Do
is
you
it-
think that is unethical to wear that during a big year?
No, it's
To draw the hummingbirds to you?
Yeah, I think that's in
that
play.
counts. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could use any bait you want. You know,
Yeah, they even do
chum,
it. Yeah.
they chum
They
the
chum for
skies.
birds.
Oh, you know what? You know what day one of the contest reminded me of?
What?
Pokemon Go in 2016.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, a little.
I had that
Yeah.
thought myself.
Do you
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Do you remember how insane it was when it first came out?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
Yes.
it's still a little weird.
You'd be walking around like you'd go to the coffee shop, and then a group of the most ridiculous human beings you've ever seen, like 50 of them, would just come strolling down and overtake whatever you were doing.
There's a Charizard.
Yeah.
Start freaking out.
I
yeah.
remember I went to Central Park in like the
West?
height of it. Central Park East, actually.
Oh.
And it was it was like the height of Pokemon Go, and
Center of the
someone was
fucking
like,
island.
someone was like, "There's a Porygon."
What's wrong with you two? The center,
Like
Central Park,
I
Central
like
Park.
that he knew where he was.
Yeah. Oh, West. No, yeah, actually, East.
Believe it or not.
You were all over.
So I was there, and someone found a
dipshits.
Porygon like a block or two away, and they're like, "Yo, there's a Porygon on like whatever and whatever." And no joke, about
Sprinting.
300 people,
Wow.
all races, all ethnicities, were chanting
All
through the
ages.
streets. We were all going, Porygon, Porygon, like a mob of unruly people going to this spot to catch Porygon and then back.
It's amazing what people get, hyped up for.
Yeah.
Birds.
Well, he's almost killed us multiple times for Pokemon Go. I don't know if you know this. He still plays, but he plays while driving. And it's terrifying.
And yet voter turnout couldn't be lower.
Should have invented Pokemon
And go to the
polls.
Did that kill her political career?
No.
Or her presidential candidacy, I mean?
No, the death blow came a couple of weeks later.
So, I guess let's jump back into this. We see the dedication that Kenny has a little bit, where they're viewing a humpback whale, like surfacing and you see the tail out of
Angelica
the water.
Houston's got the boat.
She has
Yeah.
a tour boat, and he's like threatening mutiny to kick her off the boat because he has to go see his birds, and she's like, "Shut the fuck up! We'll look at the whale. It's like the rarest thing you could see." And he basically like makes
I
an
like
enemy for
birds.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
Morticia Adams herself, right?
Yes, that's right.
Is she your least quoted member of the family?
Least quoted.
No, she's got great lines. in
Yeah.
her
Yeah?
movie.
Debbie Pastels. Why wait?
Yeah, she's awesome. in
Yeah,
that.
she's amazing. I think Pugsley's the least.
Well,
quoted,
Pugsley
'cause
like
he
doesn't even
say anything.
speak. Yeah. Yeah.
And we find out Jack Black has a party trick almost. He can identify every single bird just by, the
their
call.
call. That's
Which counts,
wild.
by the way.
Yes.
You
you
only have
hear
to
it?
hear the bird. You don't even have to see it.
With the internet, couldn't I just play it?
Fake it?
Yeah.
No. Come
can put
on,
it-
dude.
I can
Stop
put it-
trying to cheat the
I can
big
put it on my
year.
phone, and like 10 people are gonna think they heard this bird.
This guy is anti
You're
big.
trying to ruin.
I'm anti-honor system. I think it has to be a
You're
picture.
trying to ruin the
I think
integrity
it has
of the
to be
big
a
year.
picture.
No.
It has to be.
This is why it's got to be gate kept, because you're gonna let people in
People like
you.
me,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Like we need serious birders.
You got to earn your way in.
Yeah.
I'm getting in, and I'm gonna have a big year. And by big year, I'm gonna have it virtually and never leave my house and save thousands of dollars. And I'm gonna say I got 892. I'm gonna take a couple of pictures of me in the mountains. You know what I mean?
All right, I have a question. If Steve got a drone,
Does it count?
does it count?
Does it count?
Does drones count? Cameras count.
Cameras
Yeah.
count.
If he got a drone, flew the drone, and he's like looking.
I still have to
on
go
his
to the
phone.
state. I still have to go to the state, right?
I would say drone counts.
Drones count.
Oh,
It's here. I'm getting a big year, boys. We meet Ellie in the movie, Rashida Jones.
Yes.
What is she in?
How's your
Where we
feelings
all
about
from?
Rashida
She's
Jones?
very
I think
hot.
she's a smoke show too.
What is she in?
She was in The Office for like a season.
I Love You, Man. She's Paul Rudd's wife.
Right.
What?
yeah.
She left The Office
in The
for some
Office.
show.
I don't
Was
remember
it
if she was
Parks
good in
and
the
Rec or Community?
She was in Parks and Rec.
So she left The Office
Yeah.
for Parks and Rec.
She was good in Parks and Rec.
I never watched it.
So she's like a
You would like
sitcom actress.
Yeah,
She's in
mostly.
movies though. She's in.
Yeah, I've
She
seen her
always
before.
she always plays the wife in a comedy,
Mhm.
and she's not funny.
I
No.
looked up her
IMDb.
husband or boyfriend at this point because I'm like, what am I up against? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
I think we got a chance.
really.
Yeah, look him up. He's not the best looking cat, but you know he scored her, so you know good for you.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know I'm just saying.
Her parents are famous too.
Who is it?
Yeah, isn't her father like
Quincy
a,
Jones.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
half
she's
black.
black.
Is a biracial angel.
Biracial angel. Oh, she's gorgeous, dude.
She is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Peggy Lipton as her mother, who I'm pretty sure
That's
was
a
an
fun
actress.
name.
And
Peggy.
Yeah.
and her father was Quincy Jones.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Look at her husband or boyfriend. I don't know if they're married, but
Rashida
it
Jones.
gives me hope, you know what I mean?
husband.
like when we're really famous,
He's kind of a generic looking dude.
you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not nothing against him, but like he's a regular.
Seems like a nice guy.
She seems like a down
like a nice fella.
down to earth gal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good for them. I'm happy for the happy couple.
How did that guy do that?
He has an amazingly big personality. So Kenny fucks with Stu on this tour
And
ride.
gets him to vomit.
He gets him to throw up, which
Yeah.
this is when I said he's the Brian of bird watching.
Seasickness.
He's being Dick Dastardly, but not in like a malicious way. Just like I know how to beat you.
That's like what I do to other podcasts. Like when they're going to record and they're doing Zoom things, I get like interference hardware
Right.
right.
to mess
Police
with their
scanners.
electrical signals.
Right. It wouldn't happen
Yeah.
if they had a specific service. Though,
Thank you.
Right?
I was about to
Yeah.
mention there's one service you can use to circumvent my dastardly underhanded tactics, which also could come in handy in a big year.
I
Because
guess
if
so.
you-
It's
if-
4K, right?
It's 4K, and if I Riverside Steve
right.
and Steve's video conferencing, and he
If
shows
I'm
me
in
the
Montana,
bear, yeah, we could use Riverside to complete the big year
we could.
Yeah.
because it's live.
I
Get
have
the
a question
snow
then.
goose.
If we use Riverside
camel.
and we have listeners all over the world,
Yeah.
and we say, hey, remote in, turn your camera around outside, and let's 4K it and see how many birds we can get.
We're gonna get
Does that
so
count?
many dig shots.
Oh, that's all it is.
Yeah, I'll show you a bird.
Men have new record
Middle
of seeing
fingers.
most dicks
Yeah.
in one day.
One time I was getting on the Staten Island
That's
ferry.
my big year.
Like I was in the crowd of people walking onto the Staten Island ferry, and there was a guy up on the upper level filming the people as they walked onto the ferry. And of course, I don't know, like I was an adult. I can't
whipped your
believe I
dick
did
out?
this. No, I just went with two middle fingers.
Nice.
Like, why would I do that?
You showed him what's up.
It's New York. Welcome to New York, bro. That's all. Don't
I
record
hope
us.
that becomes historical footage to like Staten Island Ferry,
Yeah.
circa 2012.
Yeah.
And it's just you giving the
Yeah.
finger.
It's like you ever watched those? I think they were called. Yeah, well, they are. I know they were called actualities, which were like early days.
Just street footage, right?
Early days of filmmaking, guys would take cameras and just put them on like a street corner and film what was happening on the street.
Yeah.
And yeah, something like that.
Stop playing with that. Put it
All right.
down. I
Sorry.
hear it.
But Riverside, that's
Riverside.
what you need for all your telecommuting conferencing needs, whether you're doing a big year or a podcast or you're just running a business meeting.
Anything.
Riverside will allow you to
way to
do
go.
it in a beautiful interface in 4K. It's the way to go. Click our promo code right there. Sign up to Riverside today.
It's the best.
It is the best.
So
It's ham and cheese.
we
sandwich.
find out that they keep the big year a secret.
Well, they don't want to let on to the other
let
people.
anyone know I'm doing a
Because
big
you want
year.
to, even if you don't get the record, you still want to win the year.
You don't want
Yes,
someone being
yes.
defensive and trying to compete with you.
Exactly.
More competition
Right.
is bad.
Yes, you want to sneak in with your big year. That's ideal.
Yeah.
To just come out at the end and be like, "I did the big year." Who do you tell? Like, that's another thing.
Your wife, your husband,
The
your
bird, the
friend.
birding community, they publish a list at
Right.
the end of the year.
I think there's like an association called like the ABA or something.
There is, yeah.
We
The
should
American
say what
Birding
that is. The
Association.
American Birding Association. Yeah.
They keep track
They
of
keep
all
track
this shit.
of this.
Huh.
It's literally like fucking twin galaxies.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that get him to the big year. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be so excited.
So
So Kenny and Stu, I think Kenny's at 232 while Stu's at 202. And they're both like, oh, I ain't doing a bigger. Oh, I'm not. I think.
Wouldn't you figure out when you keep going to different bird
that's what I was gonna
locations,
say,
you
like,
keep
they're
running
all
into the
there.
same guys?
Yeah.
Like, I would have assumed because they literally run into the same group of people. Like
And the
8 times
migration
throughout the
patterns
movie.
are all the same, too, in the same exact location. So they have to go to the same place.
Wouldn't you think that like all of these bird people
Are all doing a big
are
year?
all doing a big year?
I think so, yeah.
You start
well,
to
you know what?
suspect it.
Because there's times where because the movie goes through like gaps where they're not doing it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just like, oh, they're going to the big ones to see the big rare birds, but they're not going to.
They're always on the lookout for like storms because
Mm-hmm.
that will upset the migration patterns and ground
El
birds in a
Niño.
certain spot.
Yeah.
Right. The fallout, the bird fallout.
Bird
Right.
fall.
Instead of me going to 3 states, I can go to 1 and get
And
3
get a
states
ton
worth of birds.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So now they're they become friends and they
Stu and
yeah.
Brad.
And Owen Wilson is riding in a car with
with the guy from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
and Buster Scruggs.
Yes.
Yes.
Where I've been trying to get his name.
His name is
Tim Blake Nelson. That's
Yes.
the actor's name.
Yes. Yeah, he's Buster Scruggs. How fucking awesome was Buster Scruggs?
Fantastic.
Great fucking you know,
Awesome.
One of the better
Seriously.
Westerns.
I don't know about that, but
It's so
a
good.
really good anthology.
Mhm.
Obviously,
You don't consider it a Western?
it is. It's a
Yeah,
Western
that's what I
anthology.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I say.
Some are better than others, you know.
Mhm.
I really liked the last story.
I like the one with the
Tim-
miner, the gold miner.
Tom Waits.
Mm.
Is it Tom Waits?
Yeah.
That one and the one where they're out crossing the plains and
The Indians?
yes, the Sioux
natives
attack.
attack, yeah.
Yeah, that one's good.
That was great. Yeah, fucking Buster Scruggs ruled.
Yeah, no, it was
I
fun.
like the Liam Neeson one.
The chicken.
That's
I
a
like the
weird
chicken
one.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's the best one.
I like the last one where it's like the death almost, is shepherding them.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's Coen Brothers. They're fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
But it's the guy from that. They get in a car crash, and
Think I
it
broke
leads
my
them
arm.
to find
A
a
woodpecker.
very rare woodpecker. And he's
Like
like,
one of the rarest peckers.
wow.
This is when they start debating if
We
he's
were
cheating.
meant for this.
Steve, open your mouth. I'll show you a woodpecker.
Yeah.
He called you a cocksucker.
You don't say. That was for the audience, right? That was just to make sure
Yeah.
they
He
know.
thinks they're dumb. They
Yes.
don't get
They
it.
don't
didn't
get the
it,
joke.
In case they didn't get it.
No, he's actually going to put a bird in my mouth.
Yeah, imagine I was just carrying a bird in my backpack. Oh, there's something we didn't mention about birds.
You're
You're
terrified
gay?
of them,
I am scared of
You
birds.
scared of birds?
which coincides with you being gay.
Yes.
Most gay people are apparently scared of birds.
What?
I don't know. He said it.
Oh.
I didn't say that.
Just making shit
Oh,
up.
okay. I was like, is that a real thing? Oh, I'm gonna be outed.
Why are you scared of birds?
I developed a phobia of birds as a little kid. Now I can walk by like a duck or whatever. I get very scared around like
Any
geese and
grounded
swans.
bird, he's
Really?
okay.
The turkeys that haunt Staten Island.
Right.
They
On Staten Island.
they're a specific
Turkey
breed.
counts on a big year, right?
Yeah.
It's a bird.
Now the Staten Island breed is a different one than the regular turkey.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's an individual breed.
Oh, I hope we get birders.
We may that just come here. They
Yeah.
drive down friggin' Seaview Avenue by the
Yeah.
hospital to see
Yeah.
the birds and leave.
Yeah, our turkeys smoke Newports and just have a lot of deli sandwiches.
They wear tracksuits. No, but I do have a phobia of birds, especially like big ones. I
Yeah.
don't like your bird when it flies around me.
My bird's tiny though.
It scares me. I'm scared of birds.
I know.
Man.
So
So-
I
My
like
wife's
take it out of the
afraid.
cage. I let it fly, and
My
then he
wife's
freaks
afraid
out.
of birds too.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the turkeys. She's
They're
terrified
scary.
of the turkey.
I-
That's
I
rough
don't
because she
blame her.
works where the turkeys hang out.
I know.
She has a tough
So-
life.
I will tell the story of how I developed my phobia of birds.
Okay.
I don't know if I probably have told you guys this before.
No.
I was a little kid and we went to the Bronx Zoo. Real little kid.
Where did the bird touch you?
Show us on the doll.
It was a man going, "I'm a bird."
Where did this happen?
Tweet.
So we were in like the petting zoo portion, and I was feeding like all these animals, right? And I was
You know who likes to go to the petting zoo? Timmy, the timid taxidermist.
Yes, he does. The chicken lover.
Yes.
So I ran out of feed for like these geese, and the geese started chasing me,
Yeah.
and they were attacking me. And I was like running around, and I couldn't get away from the geese, and that's when I developed my phobia of birds.
How did that situation end?
They left
I
him all.
don't know. I guess my parents.
I think he
took me,
lived.
and yeah, I'm still here. I wasn't pecked. I have all my eyes.
Geese are very aggressive.
Yeah, I don't
Sounds
like
to me
it.
like
So-
geese don't finish the job. That's
They
what it
should have
sounds
though,
like.
right?
Yeah, like,
It would have
world
made
would be
our
a better
lives a lot
place.
better.
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
That's mean. So Steve Martin is
I
hanging
wish
out.
you were killed by geese.
Why are you still alive?
I wish I was killed by geese too.
We can make this happen. I'm about to go on a big year. Come with me.
So Steve Martin is at a dump to see like some rare garbage birds.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, like crows or something.
Yeah.
And his
Also, you can see those in Staten Island.
apparently his employees come to get him, and he's like, "Oh, look, vultures." Why does he hate these guys?
Because they
They're
keep
his
trying to get him to
employees.
work, and he's retired.
Yeah.
They're not his
He's,
employees.
he's not retired yet. He still runs the company. He's still the CEO. I
No,
thought he
but
wasn't retired yet. He was about to retire.
He was retired. They wanted him back because he's like the master.
Ah, I see. I thought he
Because
was
they have to
already
make the
done.
big deal. The big deal
During his big
during
year.
the big year.
So it's now April 19th. Owen Wilson is home, and his wife wants to have sex with him, and she's really hot.
Yeah, they're about to do some of those.
They want to have a kid.
Fucking.
And he finds out about a rare bird, and he's like, "I gotta go."
Yeah.
Now, I find his character the most interesting because he's never home.
Right.
He's always birding.
He's got a money.
How does he have all this money?
Yeah, he's paying for renovations. He's some kind of contractor.
He's a
it
contractor.
seems.
He is a contractor,
Yeah.
but he doesn't do any work.
Not this year. He probably saved up for this.
Right.
Well, so in
He's
real
smart, he's
life, the
successful.
real guy
Mm-hmm.
was retired.
There you go.
Uh-huh. This seems like an older man's pursuit.
Yeah, in reality, like Al Levitin and
Brad.
not Brad, Comito, Sandy Comito and
yeah.
Al Levitin in real life, they were retired.
Mhm.
The only one who had a job
Was the guy.
was Brad Harris,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who that's not his real name. Jeremy Allen, is that his name?
Well, I don't know. But Kenny leaves mid wooing, which I don't
Greg Miller.
think. I think he could have had a quickie. He could have had a quickie. It would have been over.
Well,
with
she
quick.
wants to get pregnant and he, be home for her pregnancy, and be
Yeah.
a part of it.
Yeah.
He's
like,
abandoning
"Nah, I
his
gotta-"
wife to go look at birds.
I meant like he didn't have to abandon her at that moment. He could have just did the deed and left.
Right.
Well,
that would be even more scummy, don't you think? I'm gonna throw you a fucking and then I'm out.
it's better than not.
But in that time, if he didn't see that bird, he never would have forgave himself.
He would have been thinking about that bird forever.
Yeah.
He valued the birds more than anything else in his
That
life.
was the most
Yeah.
important
Yes.
thing to him.
Right.
I mean, you could see his priority.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yeah.
the birds.
So the storm calls him to go see the birds and leave the hot wife. And I gotta say, when I saw this scene, it reminded me of Staten Island when the landfill was open. Because the,
Oh, yeah, the birds were going
birds used to
insane.
like black out the sky.
I bet you Staten Island had some birders.
Oh, yeah.
Probably we had a massive landfill that just
Right.
attracts every bird
Right.
in New York.
So now they're in Texas because there's like a migration pattern and everyone's there.
Yeah.
And they're trying to follow Owen Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
There's an El Nino,
It's a
El Nino.
montage. Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
And-
Spanish for the Nino.
Thank you.
And Owen Wilson, they're trying to follow him around, and he cuts through these like he pushes like Girl Scouts out of the way.
Yeah, like a little troop.
Yeah.
They deserved it.
They're in his way. He's got a bird.
Fuck
I mean, they didn't have cookies on them, so what are they good for?
right.
They're hiking.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
What, you think your Boy Scouts or something? Get to making us some fucking cookies.
Yeah.
And then fucking Steve Martin gets yelled at by the scoutmaster.
And they respect the scouts, which
Yeah.
was their
That was a
mistake.
mistake. Now you didn't see the goose.
Yep.
They missed the goose.
Yeah.
It's the golden goose. But
And,
they each hit 300 quick.
yeah, and now Martin and Jack Black go to dinner. And I like this scene where like
Very good scene.
Jack Black is like trying to eat like light and
Yeah.
cheap, and he's like,
Well, he
I
has
got
no
you.
money.
Yeah.
"I'm rich. I'll
got you.
pay
Yes.
for you."
Yeah. They saw 136 birds in one day.
Yeah.
They bond.
Yeah.
And
it's
Jack
bonding.
Black reveals that he, after being plied with alcohol, that he
Yes.
is doing a
Doing
big year.
And Martin's like,
wow.
He doesn't say anything.
I'm not gonna spill my beans. Until he does spill his beans
Yes.
to a reporter.
Just because he felt bad.
Yeah.
Just because he felt bad. Like this. That's what I meant. Like, it's the softest movie ever.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
no underhandedness with these guys. They're always on the level.
For the
Yeah.
most
They-
part, yeah.
They're just like nice people.
It's light.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice
Yes.
movie
For nice people.
It's
Yeah.
so
What
rare.
was the other movie you said that about?
Far and away.
Far and Away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so rare that we but Far and Away had like vicious shit in it though.
Yeah.
Like this has
This
no
is even
viciousness.
nicer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
This is a
is
nicer
this the
movie for
nicest
nicer
thing
people.
we've done.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gotta be, right?
Yes. Even by the end, like Owen Wilson, you don't think of him as the bad guy anymore. He's like
He's had to sacrifice.
He's just a guy. You
Yeah.
know?
He's just a guy that wanted it more than anybody else. He
Yes.
was willing to sacrifice
Right.
everything.
You respect him.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't respect him for.
Well, I don't agree with his choices, but I respect his passion.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He knew where his priorities were, and
Yeah.
he's not belly aching about it. He's not.
No,
like, he
he's-
regrets nothing.
No,
He's
he doesn't
like,
regret
this
it.
is
well,
what
he
I
said,
have
"This
to
is
do."
what I'm going to be remembered for,
Yes.
and this is what it takes."
Yes,
And
and he
I
has
can
that
respect
lonely
that.
scene in the
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he becomes friends with the Chinese workers,
Yeah.
Yes,
which is great.
but he seems to get along with everyone he's around. You know, like he's a people person.
Well,
Clearly,
you can. Well, it's Owen Wilson playing Owen Wilson like he
Yes.
does in every movie.
Yeah.
He's charming when he's
Yeah.
like talking to the group of people,
right.
which we're almost there. So,
Well, that's where it comes now because
Well,
Brad finds out
no.
Stu's at 497. and
yeah,
he's
young
like,
Sheldon.
He's angry. He's like, "Why?"
That's
did
not
you-"
young Sheldon,
not
it's
young
old Sheldon.
It's
Yeah,
old
yeah.
Sheldon, sorry. Sheldon exposes that Steve Martin is doing a big year.
Yes.
Sheldon's a reporter. Yeah,
And Jack Black is hurt. He's Ichabod Crane, right?
yeah. He's hurt because he
Ichabod's
didn't.
Cranes.
He didn't tell him, and then Steve was like, "No, I did tell you later on, and I left you a message 5 days ago, but you were in Alaska."
Mm.
He misses the flight to Alaska.
No, he missed the flight to Atu specifically.
Yeah. And it only goes once a week.
So Atu, for anyone who doesn't know,
It sounds like a Star Wars planet.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Atu is the westernmost island.
I knew it. I knew it. I was like, "Here it comes."
version of the big year in Star Wars.
Is there?
Really?
Yeah.
George.
I didn't see you come in.
Yeah, I've
Welcome
been
back
here.
to the show, George. It's nice to
I
have
love
you.
birding.
Yeah,
Really?
you do.
Yeah.
Why?
There is a Star Wars planet Atu, and I
Oh.
did name it after the Alaska one.
Really?
Yeah, people migrate there.
People do.
To Atu?
Yeah, to watch.
To watch
go-
the birds.
They're more like role players.
Oh,
And people go to Atu and they dress up as birds and they have sex with each other,
oh.
Dressed as birds.
dressed
Right.
as birds
And this happens in the Star Wars universe.
in the Star Wars
Right.
universe on Atu.
Star Wars
and-
furries.
And typically they're on branches, and the viewers stand under these branches and leaves,
Right.
The Watchers.
the watchers, and they look up and they may get hit with some juices from Atu.
Right. They
So-
become part of the ceremony.
So the bird actors are in the trees.
yeah.
So you either go there as a bird or you go there as a
bird
viewer.
watcher.
Right.
And the bird viewers, they go up there and, they have their way with juices. And the watchers stand underneath and they try to catch as much as they can.
And
from
these
the
are all
various
human
birds.
beings.
Typically, you got some Wookiees, it gets in their fur a little bit. But,
Uh-huh.
it's a very passive, laid back activity in the Star Wars world.
And this is
go-
what people do for fun.
Yeah, it's our version of birding in the Star Wars universe.
Really?
Not many people know that. No.
Do they count like how many juices they get? Like that's their number?
Yeah,
right?
the big year. Yeah.
Yeah.
We call it the big sticky. The big sticky was actually this is a Chewbacca, Lumpy, his son went. And
He was in the Christmas special.
Yeah, and Lumpy actually
like he's gonna
has
eat your soul.
he has the
It's
record for the
terrifying.
Star Wars Big Sticky.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Lumpy.
Yeah,
it sticks in his fur.
yeah,
Yeah.
848 big sticks all over Lumpy.
Individual sticks.
Yeah, he had to be shaved after. Have you ever seen a shaved Wookiee?
No, I haven't. You got a call, George.
Yeah, I better get back.
Yeah, you gotta take your call.
All right.
You're a busy man.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye, George.
Bye, George. Wow, who would have guessed?
Atu
Which one?
is the westernmost island in the Aleutian Island chain.
My grandfather fought on the Aleutian
Did he?
Islands in World War II.
And
Yeah.
fought on Atu or Kiska, do you know?
I don't know.
Because those are the two islands that the Japanese invaded.
Okay.
It is the only battles to take place in North America.
Atu.
Yeah.
Furthest west you can go
Yes.
before you get to Japan.
Yes. It's actually shares the longitude line with New Zealand. That's how far west it is.
Wow.
You know?
So that's the most western point in the
North
U.S.
America. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, they say that in the movie. Which-
Um,
But it's like paradise for bird watching, apparently.
Yes.
It's closer to Tokyo than
Than
America,
Anchorage.
Yeah.
right?
Than Anchorage.
Yeah.
Anchorage. Okay.
Yeah. So they go there and they live in this. But I actually read a couple of excerpts from the guy, Sandy
Comito.
Comito. He wrote a book
Yep.
about his experiences in '98.
And you know what? I guess that's what you can do if you win the big year, right? You have the
Right.
clout
Write a book.
now to write a book.
Right, I guess so. But the book, like the section I read was more like journal entries. I guess that's
Uh-huh.
probably what it is.
Yeah.
And it was about his time on Atu, and it just seems like almost a hellish experience. Like they're in this brutal winter climate that's rains every day.
No hospital. Hospital.
Right. They live in this barracks that's actually from pre-World War II.
Does it look like
Yeah.
the one in the movie, you think?
Yeah, it's probably very
Probably.
similar. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, they just have to rough it for like a month. Oh, no, more like a week, 2 weeks, while they look for birds, and they just ride these bicycles around the island looking for birds.
Oh, like in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, there's probably no roads.
It's all just mud and sand, he said.
It seems miserable.
Yeah.
You would love it, Steve.
I'd probably like it a lot.
I would kill myself.
I would probably love that.
I'd be like, what sequence of events brought me to do this shit? So Jack Black, after this, in like the Alaska wilderness, he kind of wants to quit. He's being like
Mhm.
such a bitch.
He's like, I'm not going to do it. And his mom's like, no, you are.
yeah, stop being a bitch.
Here's my credit card. Go max it out.
I don't like Jack Black's character.
Why?
He's so weak.
He's in this movie.
I mean, he's been his life. When you think about it, he lost. He had a divorce. He's not really going anywhere. He is at
He's
a down
incredible.
point in his life.
Yes, but Brian's right. Like he gives up very easily.
Yes. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. It's like
Yeah.
he constantly needs pep talks from his
Mhm.
mom. It's like, dude, you're a grown man. If this
Mhm.
fucking matters to you,
Then you got to do it.
find a fucking way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? The excuses from him, I just couldn't stomach. I'm Team Kenny. You know?
Right.
I'm Kenny all the way through.
Either I'm succeeding
And-
or nothing.
And then
at all.
he needs Steve Martin to carry him through it most of the
Yeah.
way. On top of that,
Yeah.
Well, it always was going to be impossible for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no way you could do this as a regular person.
No, you have to be wealthy.
Yeah.
You have to be very wealthy and have like time at your disposal.
You have to be able
Yeah.
to fly across the country at a moment's notice.
Right.
There's no way a regular person could do this.
Mhm.
No, once the boomers are gone, no one will ever do another big year.
You're right. Unless like Mark Zuckerberg
So
decides
right.
to do
You're
it,
so
right?
right. We're gonna be working till 95.
So Steve Martin had to stay behind to close a deal for the company.
Yeah, and he missed his
And he
flight.
missed the flight.
It cost him. It cost him the big year.
Yep. And now they're in this shitty bunk cabin.
He does make it back though.
He's a week late though.
yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
He misses the biggest
He's there
week
by
ever.
himself, pretty much.
This
Yeah.
probably cost him
Yeah.
the big year.
Yeah.
Because he had the money to compete with
Yeah.
Bostic,
Right.
and he had the time.
Right.
Mhm.
This probably directly cost him because
Him
he missed
missing that
birds.
flight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Coldplay plays.
Yeah.
Viva la vida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like that song?
I do like that song.
Where are you at with Coldplay?
I'm not a fan, but I like that song.
I like some of the hits. I got to be honest.
The hits are the hits.
Yellow isn't a bad song.
It's all yellow.
It's mellow music.
It's
You know,
fine.
it's
It's pussy
relaxing.
rock. You
Yeah.
know?
It's pussy rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need a little pussy rock. Like this movie is like the
I
pussy-
listen to indie
Yeah.
folk shit.
This
you
is
know?
the pussy rock of movies.
Yes. It's still enjoyable. It's just nothing crazy.
Like you don't really recommend this to your buddies. You
No.
keep this one inside.
Right. Unless you're us and we recommend it to the fucking world.
Yeah, we put our stamp of approval on Big Ear.
So Brad tells Kenny that Stu's going for a big year and that he's over 500 already.
Oh, I love the news starts talking about birding,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, it's so
never would
stupid.
happen.
It's so
Sure,
stupid.
local news would.
Well, they said that
If there was like a big birding event,
they said
yeah.
there's been birds that haven't been seen for 30 years.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is, I guess that's an event. Yeah. I don't know if it's real, but
It just seems like something for the movie, you know?
yeah. And like, there's like some guy lied to his wife to go on a honeymoon to Alaska.
Atu.
To Atu.
Yeah.
And it's horrible for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And-
she gets attacked by birds.
Yeah, and then she's scared of turbulence, but Kenny's just calm as a fucking stone.
He's fucking with everybody.
Yeah.
He's got his own private room in the barracks.
Yes.
It was hidden. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He hit it.
It seems like bird hunting on Atu is chaotic. Like they're like, oh, here's a bird, and they all try to run. And they're
It's-
like, no, it flew back this way. They go back.
It's the bird people
wild.
completely left to their own devices.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they don't even have to keep up appearances for the rest of civilization at that point. They
Yeah.
can just get into their
Be the
bird
birds.
mode
Yeah.
and just bird out.
But Kenny knows more than Kenny's like seasoned, and he's like,
got
I'm
the
gonna wait.
extreme.
I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna let them do the work, and
Right.
then I'm just gonna capitalize on it.
Right.
You know,
Well, he's smart.
it's a smart
Yes.
move. Yeah.
And he knows that people are following him and he fucks with them too.
Yeah.
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 So now there's like Martin and Jack Black have a confrontation,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Find out
Jack
about the
Black
big
is being a bitch.
yeah, it's like, what's the big deal?
Why
He's doing
didn't
a
you
big
tell
year.
me?
You didn't tell me.
Why didn't you tell me?
So
And he felt bad. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I told you though later.
you didn't check your voicemails, you know?
Right, yeah.
So then they're buddies again. And
Yes.
it's the best move Jack Black ever made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he gets to fucking big year out.
He's got the money now.
right.
And I find this is when they're talking together. They're sharing like bird watching stories. I wanted to say war stories, but it's just, I can't bring myself to use that term in this sense. But they show that like it's very friendly competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and
They're rooting for each other.
there's an elusive snow owl, and they say like, oh, that's his white whale, you know.
Mhm.
And I was hoping he gets it. I was like, I want him to get the snow owl
Yeah.
in this. This is what he
deserves
needs.
it,
Yeah, he
yeah.
deserves it. And then we see something really cool.
The bald eagle
Bald
made.
eagle.
Oh yeah.
That was cool.
The mating ritual.
So the apparently the bald eagles, they fly as high as they possibly can. It's like a courtship. They grab onto each other's talons and free fall and spin together, and at the last possible moment, let go.
But did you
Why?
notice the
Don't
way
know.
they did that scene? They see it happening,
Yeah,
and Jack Black and
he's explaining it.
and Steve Martin are like, "Oh, look, there's some bald eagles,"
Yeah.
and Owen Wilson is not impressed. He's like, "I've seen this a million."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh wait, they're doing the mating thing," and Steve Owen Wilson spins around. He's like, "I gotta see this."
That's worth seeing.
Yeah.
Cool. I gotta say,
You ever
that
see a
was
bald
cool.
eagle mating? That you should see.
You know who lives up there? A turkey vulture.
It's good. It was. I'm glad they put in as much of the bird stuff, like the special moments like that, where it's like nobody knows what the you just see that nobody knows what the fuck it is, you know,
Yeah.
like, and then it kind of like brings some reality to it. I like it.
Eagle's one of the best birds.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
They're fucking
they're the
cool.
best.
yeah, it's the eagle.
Yeah. Thank God we didn't listen to stupid as Ben Franklin. Fucking
We wanted the
turkey.
turkey,
He
right?
wanted the turkey as the
An
national
animal
bird,
so
yeah.
stupid that it looks up and drowns in the rain. Which honestly may be more appropriate for the country.
Is that really true? I've been hearing that my whole
I
life.
don't think it's true, dude.
Wouldn't they all be dead? Like, there's no way they'd be still alive.
How do you drown in rain? You know how much rain would require you to drown in it? To just sit there with your mouth open? It would take hours of just sitting there.
All right, hold on.
There's no way
That's
that
such
actually
bullshit.
happened.
That's such bullshit.
Hold on. All right, I'm checking Snopes.
Snopes.
It says Donald Trump did not win the presidential election in 2020. I don't know why that's there in the Turkey article. It says apparently that one is false. Turkeys will not.
I knew it. It was a matter of time.
Turkeys will not drown in the rain.
No.
Okay, good. So did they go up in your list of respectable birds after that hearing?
They're
that?
delicious. I mean, they're still not a fucking eagle.
Sure.
I had a turkey sandwich for lunch.
How was it?
That was grand.
What is Aunt G, if the listeners want an Aunt G turkey sandwich, what should they put on it?
An Aunt G turkey sandwich?
Yeah, what's on your turkey sandwich?
Bread.
Oh, well, you got,
Is it just bread and
I'll tell you what I
turkey?
had today. Was
Bread
a
and
turkey, provolone.
Okay.
There was some chipotle mayo, some spinach,
Provolone.
bacon, and a
Provolone.
ciabatta.
That sounds like a pretty good sandwich.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
besides the
Oh,
provolone.
and tomato.
When you guys
You
go
don't
to
get
your
provolone with
local
turkey.
deli, order that and say, I want a Galati. Let's see if we could get that
I
caught
think
on.
I can get a better sandwich than that.
Oh,
Man.
yeah? That's not good enough?
Yeah, if
To
I'm
be
going to
named
name
after-
a sandwich after myself, I want it to be like fucking insane.
It needs like truffle on it and
It needs
shit.
capicola. It needs capicola.
Truffle is so overrated.
No, it's not.
Truffle's delicious.
delicious.
Ah, my wife was obsessed with it. She gets all excited whenever there's truffles around.
It's great.
He just doesn't understand what like.
Do you know what you
classy
have to do
food
to
is.
get a truffle?
Yeah,
you
need
eat
pigs, bro.
garbage.
You need pigs.
You can't talk to me about truffles and be like,
Why?
oh,
They're
that's
delicious.
great.
I like truffles.
No, you literally like love McDonald's.
I do. But I also like truffles.
He's making such a valid point, but I'm still on your side. Yeah, truffles are great.
Hey, do you know how they find truffles? Seriously?
There's a pig, right?
There's like a special
Yeah.
pig, and like they're in like one area, and like this guy fucking uses pigs to hunt truffles.
They're attached to like roots.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Like Sepultura.
Sepultura.
bloody root. Yeah, they were actually talking about finding truffles. That's
That's
how
what that song's
extreme
about.
finding truffles
Yeah.
is. Yeah, roots, bloody roots. They're English. Bloody roots.
Roots, bloody roots.
So Brad connects with Ellie, who has 578 life list, which is, I guess, not a big year. It's just like how many you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just her whole life. That's
Yeah.
how many she's seen.
So it's, I guess it's high.
I mean, these guys are doing big years and they're getting 7-something.
But for like a regular person,
For a regular
it's
person,
probably
How many
pretty good.
birds do you think you've seen in your life?
I have
No fucking
I'm gonna
clue.
say like maybe 100.
At least 20.
You don't think we've seen more than 100 birds? Different birds?
I don't know. How often do we fucking get
I don't
out?
know. I don't
Pigeons, seagulls.
Maybe we're seeing the same bird
Eagles.
over and over
Yeah.
again.
I have a blue jay that lives by my house. I've
I had
seen
one
him
in the
before.
bush in
I
front
got
of my
at least 9.
You got 9
Good
blue
name.
jays?
Sparrows. We've seen some sparrows.
9 blue jays. I've seen the Yankees
Cardinals.
play against them.
This is the worst conversation ever. How many birds have you seen? How do people dedicate their lives to this? I'm already bored.
What would you rather, like, just sitting in a diner, would you
Yeah.
rather listen to people talking about what birds they've seen or medical procedures that they're having?
Birds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Birds all
birds
day.
every time.
Yeah, maybe. But medical procedures might get interesting.
No! It's the worst conversations a person can have.
Birds pretty bad.
If you don't know them directly, you don't care about that.
Right.
I'd rather hear about bird species. Oh, they saw a yellow-toed swagbuckle.
A chickadee.
Oh.
Yeah. Chickadee the chickadee.
Some bird names are really funny though. You know, it can get comical.
Don't say the one that you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna, but you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
It's Aunt's favorite bird.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
I'm sweating.
Didn't they just change the name of it?
Yes.
What is it?
I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
We legit cannot say.
Yeah.
So they'll put
And
that
it'll have
in
to
your
be
head.
bleeped.
Yeah.
So when they first like start talking, Brad and Ellie, I was like, oh, she's going for a big year. She's lying. I
Oh,
thought that
okay.
would have been cool. Then they played it soft.
Yes, of course. That's too much conflict.
much.
It's the
Yeah.
big year. Yeah.
But it would have been nice to have like a competitive thing, and then they fall in love that way. But nope, it's just
she just loves birds.
Yeah.
They were made for each other.
and now we get a nice
Can I see that?
take that away from him.
Oh, I'm taking your chicken away.
You'll get it back later when we're done working.
So
The scarf scene, the Hitchcock
scarf attack, yeah, it's funny.
Love it.
And now it's the summer, and he's been flirting with Rashida Jones a lot. And he's flying out to meet her.
Boston to see the pink-footed goose.
He actually
Yeah.
takes the train.
Yeah. He takes the train, that's right.
Yeah.
And he gets there, and she introduces him to her boyfriend.
Yes.
Heartbreaking.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
She knew what she was doing.
Of course she did. She's not retarded.
She knew that she was on the outs with the other dude and needs a bird watcher.
This is like what happened to my friend.
is having a friend.
Oh yeah.
When he invited that girl over to stay with him,
Mhm.
and she flew in,
Oh
Right.
yes.
and she
yes,
didn't
yes,
tell
yes,
him that
yes,
she
yeah.
had a boyfriend,
Right.
Yep.
and it was a whole moral dilemma. He
Yeah.
wrote
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, he
Right.
wrote me about it.
My friend Jerry,
Was he sad from that?
he was more annoyed.
Yeah.
More annoyed.
Yeah, he doesn't get sad.
Oh.
One time, birds, that my friend, she had a very big head, and birds kept flying into it because her head was so large.
Mhm.
Oh.
She had a very big head.
Yep. And she stabbed a guy with a fork.
Yeah.
That sounds like she has a lot of anger issues.
No, she's pretty level-headed most of the
No,
time.
I think it sounds like she has some anger issues. There is something she could do to help with those anger issues.
Oh.
She could go to betterhelp.com.
I can't believe it took you guys that fucking long.
I know.
I've been trying to plug that for the last 5 sentences, and he just doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah. BetterHelp.com is an online licensed therapist tool you can use to talk to an online licensed therapist today. Get the help you need. Get a BetterHelp.
Mhm.
You can customize the service. You don't have to leave your home. Talk to a therapist from the comfort of your own home. You could do it while you're on a big year. You could be in the wilderness. If you have service, you could be doing a therapy session and tell your therapist, oh, look, there's a blue-footed swaggle. What's a swaggle? I don't know. Maybe you're seeing shit. Maybe you need better help. Check it out, betterhelp.com.
Very good.
I'm so glad we stopped shoehorning those in, you know?
So Steve Martin becomes a grandpa.
He was a grandpa,
Mhm.
and they named
Yep.
the kid Stuart. Stu
Yes.
for short, and I almost had feelings again, like some child, you know? You guys remember feelings, right?
Like a child. Yeah, you're happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice one.
And Stu is on the road, like looking for birds, and he's getting kind of lonely.
Yes.
Yeah, he misses home.
And the current standings, I believe, are 705 for Steve Martin,
707.
707, 715 for
Brad,
Jack Black, and 728 for
Kenny.
Kenny. And
But Brad does a quick sneaky deke, and it's like, Stu here's at 7:30.
yeah,
And
Oh, yeah.
Kenny tells him his number.
that breaks Kenny.
Yeah.
Or
That
it makes him
Do
crazy.
you think that
Yeah.
caused the final divorce?
I do,
Yes.
because he's like, they're on my tail. Like,
Mhm.
I have to be better than I've ever been.
The
Yes.
message is lying hurts.
Yeah.
This is full of messages.
So because of this, he pulls underhanded tactics and he runs to a woman. He's like, how do you get to this place?
Right.
And she tells him, and he drives and loops around. And Jack Black and Steve Martin head there,
Yeah.
and he's free to look at birds, and he
He
beats him.
tricked him. He sent him on a wild goose
And
chase.
now-
Pun intended.
Now Steve Martin and Jack Black decide that they got to team up and work
It's the
together.
only way.
It's the only way to bring down Bostic.
Right.
Because we could beat him together.
I'm not really sure what Jack Black brings to that team.
He
But
could hear.
He was ahead.
Yeah.
So what?
He already has the numbers.
He's closer to taking him out.
He could beat
They
him.
just don't want Bostic to win.
Oh, I see. So Steve Martin becomes the financial backer of
Yes.
Jack Black.
And like he's
essentially.
gonna look at shit too, but
Mhm.
he knows
he
that
knows he's out of it.
Right.
Jack Black can catch him.
Right.
And then we get some amazing montage music. Like birds. Like that's the chorus.
That's the song. Yeah, it's really good.
and Jack Black and Steve Martin take a helicopter ride together.
Yeah, they have to see the
And-
Himalayan
through Nevada
snowcock.
mountains.
Yeah, they're trying to see the snowcock, and they're like almost hitting rocks and
See,
stuff
it's just
because the
funny
pilot.
names,
And I
man.
think Kobe was actually doing a big year.
No.
And that's what happened
you
to
think
him.
So? He took his whole.
Wow.
He was trying to see a snowcock, and the pilot wasn't experienced enough, and they crashed.
Mm.
Yeah, helicopters are just not the
Scary.
safest means of travel, apparently.
And now, Jack Black's dad has a heart attack.
It's minor.
It's minor,
It's a
but
heart attack.
Jack Black shows up, and he starts showing his dad the birds.
Yes.
And he finally has won his dad's respect, and he gets a begrudging
It
smile.
only took 36 years.
All he needed to do was waste thousands of dollars looking
On
at
one
birds for his
bird.
dad's
All it took was him
approval.
to walk over to him and go, "Hey, look at these birds.
It's like, wow,
By
son, those are cool.
You
By
do
the-
have a life."
He works in a he works in a nuclear facility.
Right.
Thousands of lives are at his disposal every day.
Yes. And he's just a failure in his father's eyes because he doesn't have a wife and kid yet.
We are burden again, boy.
You better be hunting for some chickens.
I have no son.
So now Bostic and Steve Martin are together, and it's revealed that Owen Wilson doesn't cheat.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's fucking straight up.
He needs to see.
He is the
he doesn't
Mac
even
Daddy
hear
of
it.
because
He
that's
just
a
can't
thread
see.
before this. They keep it like it's
Right.
suspected that
Yeah.
he's cheating,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's like no, he's just that fucking good.
But it also they also do a really good job here of showing what he's actually sacrificing.
Well, that's
and
the
how
next
far
scene.
he's willing to go. Yeah.
So his wife is at some sort of fertility clinic, we could assume,
Yeah.
and he's supposed to be there, and she's
Mhm.
waiting for him. And he goes through all this stuff to get there, and he's pulling open the door to go in. And at the moment he grabs the door, he gets a phone
This
call
Fucking snow owl.
that the snow owl that he has been tracking
Has been
forever
spotted.
His white
has
whale.
been spotted.
His
And if
white
he
whale.
turns around now, he could catch it.
And he does.
And he does.
Mhm.
And he that cements the fact that he's getting divorced now.
What are you thinking in that moment as it happens?
I think it
Were you like
actually-
screaming in your head, go through the fucking door, you idiot?
I was like, "You're
You're an asshole.
you're an asshole."
Yeah. You're an asshole.
But I'm not him.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not willing to go that far.
Yeah.
He is. That's why he's number one, and I'm never going to be number one without cheating using a very, very good service.
Or a drone.
Or Joe.
So he leaves, and the wife is furious.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Martin calls Jack Black. He's like, we got to go.
He convinces his dad that he's got some talent.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, you know what? I'm going to take him to this park. I'm going to go bond with my son and do what he does.
Right. They go out in the trees.
And it looks gorgeous. That looks like paradise.
Well,
to me.
there's a
snowy
scene
woods.
before that.
Yeah, where the black guy from Star Wars has a lightsaber fight with Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah, in the woods. Yeah,
in the snowy
Oh, yeah.
woods.
No, but so they go back. It cuts to Wilson finally coming home,
Yeah,
and it looks like
yeah.
his wife is cheating.
But she's not.
She's
Yeah, it's
not
like-
cheating,
yeah.
but she's like, I can't be with you anymore, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Divorce
You're
time.
obsessed with birds.
You like birds more than you like me.
Yes.
And he's like,
Yep.
And he's like, "You're right."
yeah.
Is there anything you guys like more than your wives?
So
Bananas.
much.
I love bananas.
You wouldn't give those up, right?
If she came between me and a banana, she'd be fucking. I'd belt her right in the mouth.
Have we talked about how you eat bananas? You
How-
fucking savage.
I love
we
bananas.
have.
On the show,
Yes, we have.
he peels it
Yeah.
and then
Remind
holds
our
the
friends.
raw banana in his hand.
Remind our listeners and friends that you are just a
I don't-
raving lunatic.
I don't understand what's wrong with this. I just
No one
I
knows.
I take the banana peel off the banana before I eat it. Why is that bad?
Because you hold the peel. The peel's a
Yes,
handle, so, you don't get your hands
get
sticky.
clean. Even the apes.
Even
Yeah, well,
apes do it.
exactly. That should tell you everything. They're eating it like that.
You're
That's not the win you think it is.
Yeah. You're like sub ape. You're Cro-Mag level.
Yeah,
Why?
you're
'Cause
below the apes.
Because I don't eat banana peels. Sorry.
No one eats the banana peel. You use it to hold it like a handle.
What do you think's happening in life, like ever? Like, do you just float?
What do you mean? Look, I take the banana peel off. Next, I eat the banana.
Yeah, but you're holding
Thus
the raw.
disarming.
You're holding the raw banana.
Yes. My hands are clean.
Not anymore.
Now you got banana
I
holes.
got banana
rinse 'em.
hands.
You don't eat Doritos because you don't want your hands to get dirty.
Yeah, well, that's gross.
You know, let's just move on.
Do you peel the apple so you hold it like in your
Yeah,
hand?
do you hold
That
that?
would be insane.
But that's what you're doing with the banana,
No, 'cause I
essentially.
eat. You don't eat apple skin.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I do eat.
This doesn't make any sense, guys. Come on, get correct. Get off my fucking back and look in the mirror.
It's just bizarre. You're the only person I've ever heard of that
Yeah.
does that.
You're also the only person who would rather get divorced than give up bananas. So there's that too, guys. What are we really arguing about here?
It's delicious fruit.
It's not a standalone fruit.
It's like a kiwi.
So Brad's father is walking in the woods with him still, but he's not doing too well.
Yeah.
And he sends him off to go
He's
find
like,
his
"Go
bird.
find the
Go
owl."
find your bird. I'll be
And
okay.
Jack Black leaves his father, who
In
has
the
an
woods.
oxygen tank
In the
alone.
snowy
in the
woods.
He was hesitant. He's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Go ahead. Go."
But after he does it for a while, he's like, "What the fuck
But
am I
he's-
Yeah,
doing?"
why am I being an
He's
asshole?
essentially facing the same dilemma that Owen Wilson did,
Right.
and he makes the right choice.
Right.
He goes
Yeah.
back and
He
saves
goes
his
back
dad.
for his dad,
Right.
and it leads to him finding the
Right.
owl.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, sometimes your priorities have to be
Not the birds.
not the birds.
So now Steve Martin and Jack Black fly together, and they discover that it is Thanksgiving,
Yes.
and they're like, "Oh,
No.
fuck, we
Everything's
abandoned,
closed.
They need to go out on a boat.
Yeah,
we
everything's
abandoned
closed.
our family." So they go to Angelica Houston, and they're like,
You got to take us out on the boat.
because we got to stop Bostic. And she's like, "I hate him so much, I will leave my family on Thanksgiving
To help you.
to
Yeah.
help destroy him."
Yes.
And they go, they look at some birds,
He gets a new record, 734.
734, which would be a new
It
record.
would be a record.
Yeah.
And now it's Christmas Eve, and Owen Wilson is all alone.
He's birding.
He's birding alone. He's at a Chinese food restaurant, and he's just like,
He needs that owl.
he's telling the people, sit and eat with me so I'm not alone, and like,
Mhm.
we could talk about,
Snowy owls scare me.
really?
Yeah. So I think it's the one bird I'm somewhat frightened of. The heads that go all the way
Yeah.
around. They're creepy looking.
Do you know
like
about-
what's that fucking horror movie?
The Exorcist?
The Fifth Kind.
Oh, yeah.
That they make owls terrifying in
They
that.
do.
Yeah.
Did you ever see The Staircase, that documentary? It's
No.
like a crime thing.
No.
It was on Netflix. So basically, this guy is suspected of killing his wife.
Oh.
And he swears up and down he didn't do it. And he believes she fell down a staircase and like smashed her head open. He believes that an owl flew into the house, attacked his wife, and knocked her down the stairs, killing her.
It's true.
It's
And
possible.
She
It's
has
possible.
cuts all over the top of her head.
Oh, like scratches?
And it makes sense, but I think he still is being found guilty. And like, it's like there's a whole thing about it.
The owls are not what they seem. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah,
What
owls are
is that?
scary.
Twin Peaks.
Okay.
It's also the fifth kind. The owl's not what they seem. They're actually not owls.
These woods breathe evil.
Fuck yeah. If you're a metalhead right now, your dick just got hard. just for saying that.
So Steve Martin, his company's being bought. They want him to come back for 2 years.
And he's gonna be like a mega billionaire.
And they're
if he
like,
does
look,
this.
you could do this or you can just fade away and face the abyss. And he's like,
I'll face the
I
abyss.
want to face the abyss.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I just want to relax.
Yeah.
Would you,
And what?
if you have a choice? You're already a successful CEO.
The second I can afford to retire,
You're
I
done.
want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So now, it's the woods, they're looking for the pink-footed goose, which they
I
missed
want
at the
what he's
beginning.
Yeah, it's
Smoking.
New Year's. They're still going.
Well, this is the last day of the big year.
Yes. They never get it.
They never
They,
get it.
they don't get it.
And then Ellie calls Brad and is like, "Hey, I'm single now." And he's like, "Fuck yeah."
He does a dance.
He's very happy about it, and she knows he's happy, and
Mhm.
Life seems to be looking up for this man,
Yep.
even though he's in massive debt.
Yeah. And now Birding Magazine reveals that Bostic has won.
Mhm.
He has 755
755.
to 741 for Jack Black.
Mhm.
Brad
And-
got in second.
and they're like, and Steve Martin finished fourth.
Yeah.
Still good.
And now they're like, Bostic won. And Jack Black's like, no, he
He
didn't,
didn't win anything.
Right.
We won.
It's like when the
Yeah.
Niners beat the Vulcans at the
Yes.
Take Me Out to the Hollow Suite.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Because they had fun
They
Yeah.
learned.
and it
They
improved their
grew.
lives.
Yes.
Yes. Where he actually sacrificed, we gained.
That's right.
You know, and it's a very good life lesson. Stu retires
Well, and now it's New Year's Eve the next day, and Owen Wilson's getting ready to do it all over again.
in China.
Yeah, he goes to China.
Goes to China.
See more
He always
birds.
wanted to go to China to see birds, and
Yep.
I like the line where it says, "Only Kenny knows the price that he paid
Right.
Yeah.
to be number one." You know, sad.
And
I have the real numbers from the 98.
Okay.
Big year.
Sure.
We have Sandy Comito with 748.
Oh, so it's close.
Miller, that's the Jack,
Jack
Black
Black.
character, 715. And Leventon, which is the Steve Martin character, 711.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so close.
And it was the world record. He beat his own previous record
yeah.
of 722 from 1987. So yeah, there you go.
And that's the story of the big year. Now I'll tell you about what really happened to the people.
Okay,
Comito did not get divorced after.
he did not.
He did not lose
Good for
his
you,
wife.
Kabito.
5 months after the big year, his wife earned her degree from a community college. And to celebrate, Comito took her on an all around the world trip. While she went sightseeing in a city, he'd bird the back country. Then they would meet at the end of the day for a wonderful dinner.
Wow.
They had a great time. Back
Sure,
home,
he did.
back home, his dawns remained reserved for birding, but he found no great gray owls.
Ah,
Wow.
Al Levitin stayed retired for 22 months in Colorado
and died.
before going back to business. When another executive resigned, he filled in as president and then CEO of CDI Corporation, the world's largest search and recruitment organization with 1.6 billion of business. He ran the company for a year before announcing another retirement, his fourth. He said this one was his last.
Mm-hmm.
He summoned the courage for another offshore birding trip in Monterey Bay, where, with the help of a scopamine patch applied behind his ear 6 hours before dock time, he saw birds without seasickness.
Nice.
So he found a way to overcome it. Greg, the Jack Black character, his father died of heart failure.
Oh my God.
6 months. Yep.
This got dark.
In November 2000, 6 months later, Miller himself was diagnosed with lymphotic leukemia, a form of cancer that usually strikes children. He was hospitalized for 45 days. From the window of his 7th floor hospital room,
damn it.
he spotted 26 bird species, including a peregrine falcon. He celebrated the release from the hospital by completing
He made it.
He made it.
by completing a 2002 big year inside of Ohio. He finished in 3rd place with 285 birds.
All right.
He followed that with an Ohio big month in January 2003,
You got a big
but
month,
finished
huh?
2nd. So he's never won.
Mm.
He is trying to, this is of 2004. He's trying to pay off bills from his 98 North American big year through his fledgling business as a birding guide. On his first trip, he took 2 college students 6,000 miles in a car on spring break and showed them 311 species in 9 days.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay, so he didn't die.
Hey, if you can
That's-
turn the
that's
birding
nice.
into an occupation, that's
that's
a
a
good
win.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's
What a
it.
story, Mark.
Feel
That's
good.
big
Feel
year.
good ending.
Well, I do have something for you guys.
You do.
Yeah. I don't know how this is going to go for the listeners. How this is going to
Should we
work.
rate the movie then?
Well,
Or-
this is before. Let's
Okay.
do this first.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of bird calls here.
We don't know
We're
birds.
not going to figure this out.
Until we're not leaving until you get one right.
Do we have to
No.
give the scientific bird name?
No.
I think we could do this. I think we can get the first one.
We're not leaving until we get one right.
4 days later.
Thousands.
Let me explain something to you. I'm leaving when I decide I'm leaving.
All right.
You got 10 minutes.
Let's see.
It's seagull.
That's a seagull.
No.
Brian just goes, no.
No.
That's 100% a seagull.
I promise you it's not.
It's a hawk.
No.
I hate this. It's an eagle.
It's not an eagle.
It's an owl.
No. You guys should get this.
It's a raven. It's the common raven.
No. You have 10 seconds left in this call.
There's nothing else there. It's just
It's a
albatross.
falcon.
That was a blue jay.
Oh, we guessed everything that we know besides a
All right.
blue jay.
All right, you should get this one.
We should, yeah.
It's a sparrow.
No. Come on, guys.
Cardinal.
It's an American blank.
Grouse.
No.
American bald eagle.
No.
Why would that be a bald eagle? It sounds small.
Yeah. It is little.
Chickadee.
No. Come on, guys.
A pigeon.
I don't know, dude.
Come on. You can do this.
It's an American something.
You know, I'm picking common
Pheasant.
birds. No.
Get him is sneaking into the room because he wants
He's
to hear
interested.
the birds.
Do you know that?
No, I
Come to the mic.
Yep.
I just wanted to say what you traditionally think the American bald eagle sounds like is not true because Hollywood doesn't like
Right,
the
it could
American
sound
bald
like
eagle's
this.
call, so they substitute a red-tailed hawk.
Is that so?
Oh, look at
So
that.
the eagle's cry
Yes,
is a red-tailed hawk.
The guy who did the bird watching is loving this episode.
This is a fairly common bird.
What is it, Brian?
You guys give up?
Yes.
This is the American robin.
I was giving it a hint of yum.
You knew it?
All right,
You
do
saw it on
Oh.
screen.
last one because we're failing here.
I have one you'll definitely get if you don't get this one.
It's an owl.
There's
No.
multiple birds in this, Brian.
It's the loud one.
There's multiple birds.
Definitely get this.
There's multiple
Not
birds.
this one. You'll get the next one.
It's a hummingbird.
Woodpecker.
No. This is like one of the most famous birds. Seriously. This would be the most religious of birds.
A
Dove.
dove?
No. Religious.
Religious.
A turtle dove?
Not such an ass.
Come on, guys. You can
Such
do
an
it.
asshole.
Come on.
It-
It would be very close to the Pope.
An oriole?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know what,
Yeah,
Brian.
It's a cardinal.
You're an asshole.
You're such a dumb
I hate your punning.
All right. I think if you don't get this one, you got a real fucking problem. Seriously. This is a layup.
It's gonna sound the same as the last three.
What the
pigeon.
fuck is that?
It's a pigeon.
Yeah.
Technically, the genius is rock dove, but I will count pigeon.
Okay.
Brian, do you remember when you were talking about Mary Poppins and you were singing the song?
Feed the birds.
Yeah.
Toppins. Toppins. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you rate this movie?
I'm going to give The Big Year a 6.
I'm going to give it a 7.
I gave it a 7.
Okay.
I really enjoy the big Year.
Yeah. I feel
It's
weird
not
giving
a
it that
great
high.
movie.
Like it's
Yeah,
I,
it
but
does-
like
Like,
it's so enjoyable.
It's just nothing.
it's
just-
like
it's not that it's nothing. It's just it's not heavy that
it's like
we
eating
usually
bread
do.
and butter.
It's a it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a grilled cheese. It's
Yeah.
it's there. You can watch it anytime. You're gonna enjoy it no matter what.
Yeah. It's a nice
Let me
movie
see.
for nice people.
Let me see. Because I see.
I'm so happy we did the big Year.
All right. Okay.
We've been teasing The Big Year for a while.
This is
Wow.
trees.
It's a guy watching
It's birds flying, but
in the trees.
they can only fly with their wingspans up.
Yeah.
They don't go down.
I couldn't figure out how to do that.
An M. It's an M and a V.
Oh,
Yeah. But
Do
you
all
did the
your
Vs.
trees have the hole in it?
All the
Yeah.
trees have a hole that's ground level.
You know, when you take the police psychology exam, they make you draw a tree.
Do they?
yeah.
Yeah, and they like judge, like based on the drawing, if you're sane.
Are you supposed to have a hole or no hole?
I don't know.
I know when you do the house because they want you to draw a house,
Uh-huh.
and if you don't put like windows and doors, they think you're fucked up.
Right.
No, it makes sense. Yeah. Your branches are a marvel to withhold.
Well, there's a bird on them. I don't know if you noticed. That's a bird perched on there.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I don't know what that is. It might be like a cloud. I don't.
Is it the dark one?
Yeah.
It's
I
just
fucked
scribble.
up and I tried to turn it into a cloud. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So
Great.
yeah, awesome, awesome drawing.
You knew what it was.
Yeah. It's very easy to figure that one out. Yeah, I think if
I have
even if
to go
you
to the
didn't know the
bathroom.
movie,
Can we wrap this up?
yeah,
That's
even
it.
if you didn't know the movie, you can figure that
Yeah,
out.
you
But
can go.
yeah, you can go.
Say bye.
All
Thank
right,
you
bye-bye.
for watching, listening, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Brian, take us away.
Hold on, let Ant pass.
Oh yeah, right. He has to go
All
in
right,
front of
there we go.
the old camera there.
Now that he's gone,
We
let's
can talk
do
shit
more
about
bird
him.
calls.
All right, do more bird calls.
He comes back, we still do it.
Yeah, give me a bird call. Give me a bird
You really
call.
want
He's gone.
one?
Yeah, give me a bird call.
All right. Hold on. Let's see.
Fuck this guy. He was no help anyway.
He was
It's
useless.
useless. Even though I was just as useless, if not worse.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
That sounds like a hawk.
It's a red-tailed hawk.
Yeah. I know hawks. Look at me.
All right, one more.
I'm
one more.
ready.
You're
I'm
good.
ready, dude. Yeah.
He was just dragging you down.
Dragging me down. It's an owl.
Dude, you're kicking ass. All right.
Yeah. That's a seagull.
No,
Pelican.
no.
Crow.
Yeah, it's the American crow.
Yeah.
Dude. All right.
That's a turkey.
No. This one is actually hard. I would never guess this.
Oh, yeah? That's weird. It's not a common one?
No.
Oh.
That's the bald eagle.
That is the bald eagle.
Yeah.
Sounds like a seagull.
Yeah, it does, right? Huh. That's
Which
kinda
which
interesting.
bird did you say that?
I guarantee you a ton of people, if you're still listening.
Oh, that was the red-tailed hawk.
Yeah. If
All right.
if you're listening and you heard that, you probably learned what I never
Yeah.
heard a bald eagle.
All right, so let's say goodbye.
Yeah.
We're still rolling. It's okay, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. You can
Want to thank everybody for listening and or watching. Want to give a big thank you to Tell 'em Steve Dave, Bry Walt Q Get 'em, last recorded down in the studio. Please like and subscribe, share the show, go birding, touch some grass.
Yeah,
you
get
know?
out there.
Get out there.
You don't even have to get a record. You go see two birds, but still go for a walk.
Go for a walk. You'll feel
see
good.
the
you know.
sun.
We're almost in March, spring's coming. But like and subscribe, share the show, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, all that stuff. It helps potential sponsors find the show.
Yep.
Tell a friend about us.
Yeah, we're trying to get the number 13th spot.
Yeah, we want to climb. We're coming for the number 1 spot like Ludacris. Thank you all so much. Follow me personally. Follow the show everywhere. Review History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. www.reviewinghistorypod.com. Buy some merch, all that good stuff. Follow me personally on all social media at Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank or review every single movie I watch, including the ones in my personal life, not just the ones for the show. And you could see all the blaxploitation I've been watching throughout all of February.
Oh, that's your
Yeah.
thing, huh?
In February, I try to watch a lot of blaxploitation. Yeah. But that's it, guys. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time with a pick episode. This one's for the birds.